Please welcome actress, director, producer, writer, and honorary MMRF board member, the wonderful Ms. Bonnie Hunt.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Multiple Myeloma Research Foundation's Fall Awards. My name is Bonnie Hunt. For those of you who don't know me, I'm an actress. You might recognize me from films like Jerry Maguire, The Green Mile, Jumanji, or Cheaper by the Dozen. But more importantly than that, I'm a former oncology nurse, and oncology medical research is a big part of my life. I've always stayed involved. I volunteer as a patient advocate. One of my proudest associations with research is being by my friend Kathy Giusti's side for the past 20 years. Kathy is the founder of the Multiple Myeloma Research Foundation. She is brilliant, amazing, inspiring, and groundbreaking. Tonight we'll be joined by our good friends, Robin Roberts, Tara Lipinski, Scott Hamilton, Marlee Matlin, to name a few. You're going to hear some wonderful stories of hope, accomplishment, triumph over great obstacles. The MMRF is unprecedented in its research. This is just something I just want to take a second to talk about, because during this unique time that we're all living through, they are undeterred, because every day someone is diagnosed. And when a patient hears you've got multiple myeloma, the next thing they need to hear is there's something we can do about it. And because of the Multiple Myeloma Research Foundation, that's possible. So tonight is about hope and optimism. Trust me, what you'll learn tonight about this foundation is just so unbelievable and so inspiring. We have two groundbreaking things that you'll hear and learn all about. One of them is the MMRF Cure Cloud, and the other is the HBS Playbook for Cures. I'm also excited to share with you that again this year, the most amazing news, Dr. Bruce and Kathy Elsey, founders of Elsey Cat Products, are again matching all donations throughout the year up to $1 million. Thank you so much, Dr. Bruce and Kathy Elsey. Our deepest and sincere gratitude. So you that are watching, you can contribute by going to the menu on the left-hand side of your screen and clicking on Donate. So thank you so much in advance for your generosity. Every little bit helps, and all of it goes directly to research, directly to helping patients. Speaking of groundbreaking accomplishments, I'm very excited to introduce Olympic gold medalist and MMRF honorary board member, Tara Lipinski. Tara?
Greetings, everyone. I am so delighted to celebrate the extraordinary progress that MMRF has made in transforming this incurable disease. For more than 20 years, they have tirelessly advanced new treatments and trials for each and every patient. For me, like so many of you, the MMRF's urgent mission is deeply personal. About 5 years ago, my beloved Uncle Phil was diagnosed with multiple myeloma. And for so many family members whose loved one is diagnosed, you ask, what can I do to help? For me, I joined the MMRF Honorary Board in the hopes of amplifying their mission and need for patients to come together, to help one another, to support one another. And together we can make a real difference. My family has always been unbelievably supportive of me throughout my life. In honor of their love and support, please donate. And please join me in this mission to find a cure. Thank you.
Wow, Tara, thank you for sharing that story. I'm sure your Uncle Phil is so grateful to you and I'm proud of you. We're so grateful for your support, and we consider all patients part of the MMRF family. I want to thank some of our other steadfast supporters and dear friends. My dear friends, Becky and Lester Knight, Pam and Joe D'Amico, love you guys, and the entire team at Roundtable Healthcare Partners. Jane DeBon and her family. Jane, you know I love all you guys. Aon McNamara, Purcell Foundation, Bristol Myers Squibb, Janssen Oncology, and Peggy and Dick Notebart. Thank you so much, you guys. Here to also help celebrate the progress of the MMRF, my very dear friend, Olympic gold medalist, cancer survivor, and thriver, dear, 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 wonderful, inspirational, awesome, amazing Scott Hamilton. Scott?
Hey, everybody. I just want to thank Kathy Giusti and her team for changing everything in cancer research and how it's funded and how it's researched. She really has changed the game, raised the bar, and is a phenomenal leader and example of victory over cancer, and thrivership. So please support this work, this important work that is extending and saving lives like truly, honestly, nobody else. Keep up the great work, Kathy, and your team. And I just look forward to the next miracle after miracle after miracle that you are creating. You are something special. God bless.
Scott, thank you so much. You know how I feel about you, buddy. And I'm sure everybody watching feels the same way. You are an inspiration. Thank you for the example you set. Thank you for all the hope and inspiration you give us. And yes, I agree with you. Kathy and the MMRF certainly raise that bar in cancer research. Thank goodness they do. I'd like to also welcome another really good friend of mine whose father was a multiple myeloma patient. She's an incredible supporter of the Multiple Myeloma Research Foundation. She's also one of our honorary board members, and my dear friend, Academy Award winning actress, Marlee Matlin. Marlee?
Bonnie, it is so lovely to see you again. And I can't believe it's been 5 years since we were together at the MMRF Chicago Awards dinner. I'm so honored to again join you tonight and see so many dear friends and new friends from across the country. While we cannot be safely together, we know we are not alone. Together, tonight, we are continuing to make a difference in the lives of patients, and the MMRF is leading our way. You know, my father was diagnosed in 2003 with multiple myeloma. During his 10-year battle, he never once left multiple myeloma define him. It was his Matlin chutzpah that he taught me so well. He never once let his diagnosis stop him from living his life to the fullest, from living a generous life. And I'm honored to serve on the MMRF Honorary Board and stand along people like you, Bonnie, in this fight to find a cure. I applaud the MMRF and Kathy Giusti for always putting patients first. Even a pandemic can't stop the MMRF. They are relentless in crafting, architecting, and accelerating new treatments to find a cure of each and every patient. Tonight, and together with your support, we can help each other. Please share your data. Please donate tonight. You inspire us. You drive us. And we are grateful to have you on our side. From my home to yours, we are in this together. I love you.
Tara, Scott, and Marlee, you are all such amazing people. I'm proud to call you friends, that you use your voices and platforms for progress, for hope, for optimism. Thank you so much. I'm honored to stand alongside you. For over 20 years, the mission of the Multiple Myeloma Research Foundation has never changed. It is to find a cure for each and every patient diagnosed with multiple myeloma. Please join me in watching the most recent MMRF film, and then we'll have a quick message from our President and Chief Executive Officer, Paul Giusti.
Cancer patients especially will tell you that the best investment you can make is in educating yourself about what's going on.
Precision medicine is simply finding each and every patient the right treatment at the right time. What's so incredible is that we've really been able to understand each patient's subtype genomically, and now we're also doing it from an immune standpoint. This is how cures will be found.
The first time when I sat down with Kathy, she said, you know, it is very important you do a gene sequencing to identify exactly where the abnormality is. And it could also change the direction of your medication choices and results. And that's when we identified T1114. I think that became a pivotal point in finding my right treatment that worked for me to be where I am today in a remission.
I'm a lucky guy in every way. Even when I get this kind of a diagnosis, I have access. I have resources. I thought a lot about somebody who lives 120 miles outside of Wichita, Kansas. The hell does he do? What happens? He should have the same treatment that I do.
I truly believe that CureCloud is our greatest disruption yet. We have to make genomic sequencing available to as many patients as we possibly can. And that's why we launched CureCloud. A patient can click a button, a phlebotomist shows to their house, and now we're sequencing their genome free of charge. Why? Because they need that data, but the entire myeloma community needs that data too.
They have the database to enable you to look at people whose genomic makeup is similar to yours and then track what's happened to them and give you some prognosis as to what's likely to happen if you go down the same road or if you don't.
So now every patient is asking the most important question. What do I do? What do I do in my specific form of myeloma? I'm an 11-14. Is there a drug for me? I'm a 4-14. Should I do a transplant? Or I'm smoldering and I don't know whether to start treatment. And CureCloud will allow us to answer those questions with data. Working with the myeloma community to advance this extraordinary progress in myeloma has been the greatest honor of my life. But one of the greatest moments in my career was when Robert Kraft and Dean Noria asked if I would come to Harvard Business School and teach everything we'd learned in precision medicine across other cancers.
I give a lot of credit to Kathy Justy. Most of us ride in the wagon. You always need somebody out in front pulling the wagon. She's one of those.
I think the joy of being at Harvard was there were so many pieces of the MMRF model that other cancers could learn from. And I honestly believe for many of them, we could save them years, if not decades. At the MMRF, we have given knowledge and power to each and every patient so that they can find a cure. At HBS, we have given knowledge and power to every patient group so they can accelerate a cure.
They're going to be one of the more impactful organizations when we look back on this time in terms of advancing the whole field of precision medicine, not just as it relates to myeloma, but other cancers, potentially things like Alzheimer's and other forms of disease.
I think we've proven that the MMRF is the master of disruption.
10 years ago, the disease I have, multiple myeloma, was a death sentence, and a painful death sentence to boot. But because of the advances that have been made over the last 10 years, I got life.
When it first started, I said, this is a year I want to forget. I don't want to even know. But now, having gone through it, this is the year that I want to remember every detail, every moment. The lessons, the love, support, and also understanding my own strength and also what I can give to others. There's so many medications now. There are innovations that's happening. It's a very exciting time.
When I founded the MMRF, our daughter Nicole was just 1, and our son David hadn't even been born yet. They've seen their mother through transplant. They've seen their aunt through stage 3 breast cancer. And they've seen their grandmother through grueling treatments for melanoma. Families don't know when they'll get those words. You have cancer. You have Alzheimer's. You have Parkinson's. Perhaps I'm still that mom, looking to protect them and believing that whatever we've learned in myeloma and whatever we've learned in oncology, that we share it. We share it with every other cancer out there, that we share it with every disease out there. Make the world a better place for as many people as we possibly can. I think that's the most amazing gift for your children and for the next generation.
To our new friends who are with us at an MMRF event for the first time, welcome. And to our old friends who are joining us again, welcome back. I'm excited that we have so many friends, supporters, and especially multiple myeloma patients from all over the country, in fact, all over the world, joining us today for this special event. First, as you've seen, we have a number of our MMRF honorary board members with us today and adding their words of support. Tara Lipinski, Scott Hamilton, and Marlee Matlin. Our thanks to Tara, Scott, and Marlee for being such great, dedicated supporters of our foundation. And of course, Bonnie Hunt, our close friend who has served as our Master of Ceremonies for many, many years. Bonnie has a big smile and an even bigger heart and is incredibly devoted to the well-being of cancer patients. So there's a lot to get to this evening, including a special conversation between Kathy Giusti and our guest of honor, Robin Roberts. So despite the challenges that 2020 has brought to all of us, and especially myeloma patients, this is a time for hope, optimism, and promise for the future. Because throughout this year, the MMRF has continued to move ahead, innovating, disrupting, and leading the way. We are continuing to advance research in the exciting area of immunotherapy, using the body's own immune system to identify, attack, and kill cancer cells. We are continuing to invest in and work with biotech companies that have promising myeloma therapies, leveraging their innovation to speed new treatments. We closed another investment just this week. And we are continuing to generate petabytes of world-class data and then analyzing this data to unearth hidden insights to find new therapies. We are doing all of this to answer our patients' questions now and to bring us closer to a cure. Of everything the MMRF has accomplished this year, two things stand out. First, in July, we launched the MMRF Cure Cloud. The Cure Cloud is a groundbreaking research study where patients can do everything from home, sign up online, have their blood drawn, and have access to the first ever at-home genomics test for multiple myeloma. And that's just the start, because patients and their doctor will receive a detailed report with their genomic profile, including suggestions of clinical trials that might be appropriate specifically for them. And as the data grows, anyone will be able to go online to see how patients with similar characteristics, including their genomic subtype, have been treated and what were the best outcomes. The Cure Cloud is making the promise of precision medicine a reality. No more one size fits all. And at a time when all of us have a deep concern about improving healthcare for everyone, any patient, anywhere, in any zip code can sign up for the Cure Cloud. And thanks to the generosity of our donors, it's free for every patient. This is a big, audacious, disruptive $40 million effort democratizing and improving care for every patient. And we are off to a tremendous start. We already have over 500 patients that have signed up for the Cure Cloud. This is an unprecedented world-class effort. And there's even more. This summer, the MMRF joined with our founder and chief mission officer, Kathy Giusti, as she launched the Harvard Business School's Playbook for Cures, a second launch during a pandemic. Let me highlight the importance of this effort. Over the past 4 years, and in addition to her role at the MMRF, Kathy has been leading an effort at Harvard Business School where she has shared her vision and her strategy with other healthcare leaders across the ecosystem. Kathy has convened over 300 of the leaders, movers, and disruptors in healthcare to identify best practice, to create momentum for improvement, and to build models to accelerate precision medicine. The Playbook for Cures is one of the results of that work and provides to the over 20,000 disease-focused foundations the models, tools, and resources needed to speed discovering a cure for their disease. As an integral part of the Playbook, other organizations can access the MMRF business plan online as a template to create their own plans. This means that the MMRF's impact goes way beyond myeloma. Through Kathy's efforts at Harvard, we are helping every disease group drive closer to a cure for their particular disease. At the same time, we are learning from other organizations, building an even better, stronger, smarter, more innovative MMRF for our patients. So the MMRF continues to push ahead, investing in groundbreaking research, designing innovative clinical trials, generating world-class data. We are making progress every day. And yes, there is tremendous hope, optimism, and promise for the future. It takes all of us working together to make these innovative efforts a reality. So I ask all of you watching to stay with us, to support our efforts, to help fund our research, and to bring us closer to a cure for each and every patient. Now, I'm thrilled to introduce two very special people who can provide the patient's perspective on the two launches that you just heard about. Cindy Chmielewski is a longtime patient advocate for the myeloma community and a dear friend to the MMRF. She is one of the very first patients to enroll in our CureCloud pilot. And Nicola Mendelsohn is a senior executive at Facebook who, following her own diagnosis, started a foundation to drive progress and accelerate cures for follicular lymphoma. Kathy's worked closely with Nicola to help her speed progress with her foundation. Both women are beacons of hope and advocacy for all patients, and I know you will be inspired by their words.
Hi, everyone. My name is Cindy Chmielewski, speaking to you from Lawrence Township, New Jersey. I have been living with multiple myeloma since 2008. I am also a cancer patient advocate. Some of you may know me as the myeloma teacher. I was one of the individuals to beta test the CureCloud platform. I was happy to do this because the idea of precision medicine always intrigued me. Precision medicine is when your cancer is tested to identify mutations in your DNA. Once these errors in your genetic code are found, you receive a treatment that is targeted to help overcome those precise genetic errors. That is, if one is available. Also, identifying common mutations that occur in myeloma patients can guide researchers to explore new treatment targets. With the CureCloud, the MMRF is building on a legacy of patient-centric precision medicine innovations, hoping to achieve a cure for every patient. The MMRF has led in generating robust, comprehensive data sets like COMPASS to drive progress in this field. As a patient, CureCloud is also very exciting because patients can enroll from home. There is no need to go to a cancer center, which is especially important in these times. Patients get access to a blood biopsy, the only one in clinical use, and next-generation sequencing, technology previously only available to those treated at those big academic centers. Patients get their reports back directly, not just through their doctors, so we can find out about our specific mutations and what clinical trials may be just right for us. And finally, all this data is aggregated and will be made available to drive better decision-making for every patient. With CureCloud, I can see the day where every patient has a roadmap of treatments personalized to their specific characteristics. No more one-size-fits-all, no more trial and error. CureCloud will enable data-driven decision-making. I am grateful to the MMRF, their partners, and all of the donors who have made this revolutionary program possible for all patients.
Hi everyone, my name's Nicola Mendelsohn and I'm checking in from London, and it is wonderful to be with all of you. Now, while my day job is as a senior executive at Facebook, I'm also a mum to 4 fantastic kids. I'm a wife, a daughter, a sister, a friend, and I'm also a blood cancer survivor, like many of you. I have follicular lymphoma. It's kind of like a cousin to myeloma. In 2019, I started the Follicular Lymphoma Foundation to find a cure for this cancer. Now, I'm not a scientist or a health expert, and I launched the charity in what I now know is a rather unusual way, through the magic and the power of social media. Earlier this year, I was blessed to meet Kathy and Richard at the HBS Craft Accelerator and felt incredibly fortunate to follow their playbook. Honestly, following their guidance, well, it's allowed us to get the strategy right from the start. And I believe that Kathy's work, the MMRF model, and the precedent set in the myeloma space will enable the Follicular Lymphoma Foundation to realize its goal of finding a cure quickly. I basically want to put our foundation out of business as quickly as possible, which means we have to find a cure or cures. Thanks to the MMRF, we are quickly shifting from a social plan to a genomic-based registry. Our hope is to rapidly follow your lead, generating critical data on targets, bringing new drugs to the clinic, and just speed to the whole system. And we're not alone. So many other organisations are now following both the HBS playbook for cures and the MMRF's approaches. And so from all of those charities, from all of those patients, thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for the money that you've saved us. And perhaps even more importantly, thank you for the time that you've saved us. Together, we will cure cancer.
Thank you so much, Cindy. Your tireless advocacy for patients is uplifting and inspiring. There is truly no better myeloma teacher. And Nicola, you are a modern-day superhero with all that you've taken on. And I have no doubt that you will transform outcomes for follicular lymphoma patients through all of your hard work. Working side by side with patients like Cindy and Nicola is a true gift. And that is why I am so privileged to present this year's Spirit of Hope Award together with Chad Sayward from BMS, who himself is another tireless patient advocate.
Good evening. As Ann said, my name is Chad Sayward, and I'm the Senior Director of Patient Advocacy at Bristol-Myers Squibb. It is my distinct privilege to collaborate with the Multiple Myeloma Research Foundation and serve all myeloma patients. Like the MMRF, we at BMS understand our responsibility to patients and the communities we serve. And we continue to be guided in our actions by our values of passion, innovation, urgency, accountability, inclusion, and integrity. I agree with Ann. It is always tremendously rewarding for me to be able to co-present the MMRF Spirit of Hope Award. The award is given to a patient, a caregiver, or an individual who exemplifies the true spirit of hope, one who generously advocates for the benefit of others, works tirelessly to help cancer patients, and inspires hope through their perseverance.
Thank you, Chad. BMS has long been a champion for multiple myeloma patients. We are so grateful for your enduring commitment to the community. You've been an incredible partner for so many years. This year's Spirit of Hope honorees are a very special group of women to the MMRF and to me personally. Like Nicola, Jill Flaum is a mom of 4 kids. 9 years ago, she should have been in a sleep-deprived delirium following the birth of her 4th child, her only son. But instead, just weeks after giving birth, she was diagnosed with multiple myeloma in her early 40s. Instantly, her college roommates from Cornell leapt into action and have been by her side ever since. In 2014, they formed 410 for Jill, which is a nod to the street address of the house they shared their senior year. And they've now participated in 4 MMRF 5Ks, including a virtual 5K just last week. And they have raised an astounding $250,000, $250,000 to drive our mission toward a cure for every patient. Jill inspires all of them and all of us every single day with her perseverance, her kindness, and her optimism, while keeping us smiling with her very wry wit. Please join Chad and me in honoring this extraordinary group of women. Jill Flaum, Elika Haggerty, Ruth Ann Keene, Kim LaFontana, Hillary Morse, Heather Severs, Meredith Shakoy, Elizabeth Spokes, and Sabrina Strickland. Thank you for your dedication, your determination, and your unflagging drive to find a cure for Jill and for every single myeloma patient.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, MMRF. Hi.
Hi. Hi. Thank you so much, Ann and Chad. This is an immense honor. The MMRF is truly world-class, so this award carries a lot of weight. My name is front and center here, but really, I'm just standing on the shoulders of giants. Honestly, as individuals, each of these women is formidable in their own unique way. And when they join forces, the dynamism, the smarts, and just the overall moxie seems to multiply exponentially. And I think this award is really a direct result of that. As a patient with a young family, I cannot emphasize enough
what it means to have the MMRF's level of intellectual and organizational horsepower in my corner. It's confidence and it's hope. And for myeloma patients and really cancer patients, current and future, it means that we can just move ahead with our lives, knowing that a cure is within reach and that treatments are being developed to hold us until we get there. So the MMRF really is a linchpin to our futures. And I'm not surprised at all, but I am wholly humbled that my 410 clan understood that power from the beginning and has really made it their mission to be a big part of it. And on that note, I'd like to introduce Ruth Ann Keene, who is a powerhouse in her own right and our 410 ringleader of sorts.
Thank you, Jill, and thank you for your kind words and for being you. As I am an underachiever compared to you with only 2 kids to your 4, I've been spending the past months at home helping them with their Zoom online school. And I've been thinking a lot about elementary school teachers and how we all need them in our lives. And it occurs to me that you are our elementary school teacher, our cheerleader, rooting us, sending notes, friendly emojis, just to call it just the right time, keeping us on track no matter what is going on in your own life. We would not be 410 without our own in-house cheerleader. I was also thinking about when we were in college, we talked about how we always lived in superlatives. We had the best time, the most fun, the greatest friends. And for us, MMRF has really been a gift because it's allowed us to find absolutely the best research organization that is solving the hardest problems and, more importantly, solving them for Jill. So we can continue our 35-year plus trend of always having the best, the most hope, the greatest friends. So thank you, Jill, and thank you, MMRF, on behalf of all of us in the 410 family.
Thank you, MMRF.
MMRF.
Thank you.
Thank you, MMRF.
Thank you, MMRF.
Jill, Ruth Ann, and all the 410 for Jill team, thank you. Thank you for sharing that story. You're an inspiration to all of us. Thank you for your incredible support. You are definitely the epitome of mobilizing passion to make a difference in each and every patient's life. Next, I am very thrilled to introduce 2 women who have bonded together in advocacy, friendship, empowerment. My 2 buddies, Kathy Giusti and the magnetic Robin Roberts. Just enjoy this intimate conversation between the 2 of them that we're premiering here for the first time.
Kathy Giusti and Robin Roberts, 2 brilliant women who are leading the way to finding cures for patients by raising awareness, sharing knowledge, and inspiring strength. Kathy and Robin, your advice and candor is truly priceless. My name is Laura Gilman, and I'm the Vice President of Events at the MMRF. Tonight, we've heard from patients, supporters, advocates, and ambassadors who are inspired by our leadership and inspired by a vision that one day cancer will be curable for all of us. Thank you all for sharing your stories and your passion, which only strengthens our resolve to find a cure for each and every patient. And Bonnie, thank you for your warmth and friendship and for remaining with us for so many years. You are a tireless patient advocate, and you inspire us with your kindness, humor, and optimism. Thank you to Dr. Bruce and Kathy Elsey, founders of Dr. Elsey's Cat Products. Your generous match of all donations up to $1 million throughout the end of the year is just incredible. Tonight, we have brought together so many patients, doctors, pharmaceutical partners, researchers from across the country. 410 for Jill has raised over $100,000 in just the past few days. You ladies, 410, you know how to get it done. I am thrilled to announce tonight that we have exceeded our goal and we have raised over $500,000. And with this incredible generous match from the Elseys, that makes this event a $1 million event. I am just so touched and honored to be a part of this amazing foundation, and your generosity has made all the difference. If you have donated, thank you. And if you haven't, please stay with us and please consider using this match to make a meaningful difference in the lives of so many patients. We cannot continue our work without your support. The MMRF is laser focused on our mission, undeterred, and we are optimistic for the future. Together, we are just unstoppable. I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. Thank you for staying with us and have a great night.